There's been a lot to do about the national debt ceiling. Now, a long time ago, they put forward a law saying the government can't get in debt past a certain point. And the idea of that was to keep governments solvent. In other words, that it wouldn't go bankrupt. And if government goes bankrupt, the country collapses, and you have revolution and conflict and all sorts of nastiness. That's what it's designed to prevent. That's what the debt ceiling is for. But as history has shown, whenever we get near the debt ceiling, all sorts of excuses are made to why we have to pass it, why we have to add even more debt, why we need another credit card, And frequently some of these arguments are just inherently foolish. Things like, well, we can't pay off the interest on this credit card unless we get another credit card to charge that interest to. And that's essentially what the government's saying. And would you ever, as a bank, take that as a legitimate reason to give another person a credit card? Yeah, I gotta give him another credit card. Why? Because he can't pay his maxed out other credit card unless he gets another credit card to draw up. And if you keep doing that, why do we even have a debt ceiling if every time we get to it, we're going to try to find a way to ignore it or go past it or expand it or whatever? We're getting to the point where we just simply won't have any. We'll owe so much money in our country that our country will be totally in debt and hock, and we'll be guaranteed to go bankrupt. The debt ceiling is designed to force the government to cut spending, to force government to pull back its spending and stay within its limits. It is a mechanism that's designed for that purpose, and it only works if you allow it to be a real wall instead of being constantly bypassed because of, oh, I need another credit card to pay the interest. So, what will happen if they don't increase the national debt limit? Well, first off, one of the arguments is that we can't pay the interest on the national debt. And the fact of the matter is we can. We are still bringing in tax money in, etc. The national debt is either $30 or $300 billion worth of interest. I think it's probably 300. And we have plenty of money coming in that can cover that. If you want to put that as a priority, we don't need to go default on that. Now, what about the basic functions? All the police and the firefighters and the parks and the soldiers? Honest answer? The basic function of the government already will be funded. Our military will get basic funds. The president will still collect a paycheck, so will all the congressmen. IRS will still be in operation. The armed forces will still be in operation. Social Security, now that might be another issue. And that's where we get into the next statement. The non-basics, and that's what Social Security is. It's not a basic of government. It's not the basic role of government to provide Social Security. It's something we've chosen to do. You can deem it to be good or bad based on your situation, fair or not fair based on your situation, but the fact of the matter is it's not a basic role of government. So, when we hit the debt ceiling, there will be money still pouring in, so they're going to have to make cuts to stay within the budget. So what are they going to have to cut? Well, they're going to have to cut a lot of things. Maybe new military weapons will have to be cut. They can't pay the bill for the new military weapons. They can't pay the bill. They may have to take some minor cuts or some alterations to Social Security so that you have to be a little older, or the tests to get it are harder, so that they can limit the number of people drawing off of it to a more manageable level, because otherwise it goes bankrupt. Other things like, I don't know, food stamps programs and etc. More weight might be thrown on the states to take care of that. Likewise with other things, they're going to be forced to maybe have all the parks shut down for a week. Just everyone gets out of the parks for the week or for a month. That sort of stuff. They're going to have to find ways of cutting budget, because that's what the wall prevents. That's what the national debt wall creates. It says, so you hit this point and you have no choice. You better find a way of cutting, because you can't spend any more money past this point. My humble opinion, we need to have that debt wall hit. We need to have several months of serious money cutting and reform efforts to make the big money draws, the social things that are the 60% of the budget, be cut down to a more manageable amount that is realistic and not designed to get votes, but designed to actually work. Anyways, thank you very much. God bless. And I wish that the Republican Party holds ground on this. Thank you very much. Bye.